sitting here and waiting. Oh, excuse me, waiting in my car. I'm waiting in my car until it is time to head out to go to work. Y'all, I'm in the parking lot of another parking lot for privacy and plus um I just wanted some peace. Um so excuse me, I don't know why well, yes I do know why I'm yarning, because I'm about to tell y'all some real stuff. Okay. And this was something that I had to learn. Okay. This was something I had to literally learn. Let me see. Is it getting this part? I don't know what's going on, but it's hitting really weird. But I'm gonna let it be what it is, okay? Um, these people are liars, okay? If I've said this before, I'm gonna say it again. A lot of people on social media are lying about what they do, how things are going. Oh, excuse me. How things are going on in their life, the struggles. Some people are lying about their struggles. Some people are lying about their happy go lucky kind of lives. Um, you'll be surprised that there are so many people who just lie, uh, and lie about these things over and let me see, over and over again, y'all. When I say over and over again, it's like can't stop, won't stop. Lie until I die. Okay, till I die or till I fry. Okay. Um, and so I'm gonna tell y'all what transpired today and what made me um talk about this, because um it's a trip. Okay. And so I kept coming around this person. I think I talked about this in a lot of different other situations. Okay. I would come around this person. Every single time I would come around this person, I something bad would happen. Okay, something bad would happen to my vehicle. Something bad will happen to y'all see the light. Now all of a sudden I'm not even at work and this light is just beaming, okay? Um and why would they be in listen, I'm not even worried about it. But anywho, um yeah, they would just lie, lie. Um like I said, I was around them. I would get sick. I would get tired. Sometimes I would feel like this person really hated me. Okay? It wasn't like they said anything. It just felt, energy wise, it felt like that. Um, Eventually, it started becoming that way because the person would say little sly comments. But I remember 5 days before before they even said their first slick comment, okay, that I felt weird around that person. I felt sick, and I was just telling myself, why do I feel this way? Stop being mean. Stop being, because, I've known, I can tell stuff off a mile away. I can be like very instant. And a lot of my relatives, especially mine, would tell me like, you shouldn't be like that. You should give people a chance. And I'm like, I do give people a chance. I really do, y'all. Sometimes it's to the point of me getting hurt. But usually when I have those, and I told her that usually when I have those kind of feelings, is usually dealing with someone who I don't vibe with or has bad feelings towards something. They're not doing stuff right. Oh, somebody makes you feel queasy, not just queasy, but feel sick. You smelling a flesh smell or sulfur. Okay, that's what I kept smelling every time this person would come around. Um, Things started happening. I would have these dreams every time I'd be around that person. Just all kind of crazy stuff, all kind of dreams, and it was always like this person was attacking me, but I end up overcoming them. But they would act as if they were my friends, and it looked like the same person. It wasn't like it was a, symbolic. It looked like the same person over and over and over and over again. And it was in actual places where I've seen this person at. Especially this one place. Oh, excuse me. I remember that I asked that person, I was just like, you know how you see stuff and God can see you, like God can show you some things in the spirit. What's going on? Well, I ended up seeing this person, her and this other girl who had already told me that they were witches, chanting my name, y'all. When I say like it was her and it was 4 of them all together, maybe 5, but I remember the 4 girls, okay? And so they were chanting, and I remember my body, as they were chanting, I remember that I had appeared spiritually there, and they were trying to get me to drink some stuff, which I did, and I was like, oh, I don't want this, and they're like trying to force, but I couldn't stop, and I had to say, God help me, and woke up that way. But when I told that person a dream, she looked like she saw a ghost. Okay? And if you see somebody, or you tell somebody, which I don't suggest you do this at all, because that's giving them the indication that even if you don't understand, okay? That they are trying to come after you. They are trying to attack you, okay? And that person just tried to make me feel like I was just dumb. Oh, that was kind of weird dream. Maybe you need to stop drinking and stuff. Knowing doggone well, I don't even have sorry y'all. Hold on. Knowing that I don't even have drinks like that. I was trying to get this top together, y'all. I'm not used to being in smaller vehicles. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, well, maybe I am tripping, but I know my dreams. Okay. I told y'all about the dream that I was here a couple of years before. I want to say like 18 months before I even got here. And so I don't take my dreams after learning stuff and learning things from other people like Kevin L.A. Ewan, listening to some of the stuff my grandparents was telling me. Some of that stuff started hitting back when I started listening to Kevin L.A. Ewan. Like, okay, well, this ain't tripping. You hear other people that are talking about it more. You don't get too fearful about expressing it and seeing what's going on. And I would tell y'all this happened most of my life. Okay. Most of my life. Sometimes I will be able to see, like, while I'm sitting. That used to be, y'all seen That's So Raven kind of thing? Something like that. So, anyhow, I'm sitting there, I'm talking to this person, and every time I'm telling you, every time I kept going around them, I didn't want to be around them. And I would feel bad because I'm like, if I don't want to, you know how you say, okay, well, if you don't like me, why do you want to be around me? Why do you want to be with? And I was feeling bad, like, why can't I get away from this person? And I really don't fancy them. So I said, I'm not going to try to play, I'm not a person that will play games with somebody. If I don't fancy you or respect you, I can respectfully leave you alone, And so that's what I did with this individual. I tried to leave her alone. But it was always something that was always bringing me back to this person. They would show up at places or have other people, which I should have picked up on this before, because that person would be so adamant as to find out who and what, who I was talking to, stuff like that. They wanted to just integrate into my life so quickly. But with me, I'm kind of a reclusive person anyway. I talk to a lot of people, but overall, I'm still selective as how deep you can go. Grew up like that. I thought something was bad. It was a bad thing to go through that. But that was the best thing that my grandparents taught me, especially my grandmother, about us not going over everybody's house. We couldn't spend the night over a lot of people's houses. And she used to tell us about this. But we would be like, man, they just tripping. They just being old. Doing old. Ain't nobody doing that no more. Yes, they are. Okay. And I kept going by this person. I promise y'all, every single time, they family, they wanted me to go around their family. None of their other friends could go around their family but me. And I was like, why don't you invite that person that you're around more than me to be around your family? Wouldn't you think that makes sense? Wouldn't you think that'd be better? Especially when you're hanging out and they're all clubbing and stuff, and I'm not clubbing. I'm not going out. I'm trying to do business stuff. Why would you, because if I was your friend and you're doing that to me, and I can't be around your family and hang out, and you tell them one above the other, guess what? Or I know my place. It's not even this. Okay? Once you show me where I sit with you, I have no excuse. I know what it is. I have to make a choice. Whether I sit in Delulu and hope and pray that you get it right and that you figure out that I really want to be your friend, or I acknowledge that you don't think that highly of me. You don't put me in the category that I think that I'm in, and I acknowledge the category that you want to put me in, and let it be with that. And if I acknowledge the category that you put me in, then I have another choice. Whether I'm going to accept the category that you gave me, which I might not like, but that's the category. I'm probably not going to get any higher, and hope that that's going to work, or leave it where it's at. Leave it where it's at and go use your energy somewhere else with somebody better who thinks that you are worth it. And so I just don't like wasting people's time. And so that was like one of the things that really bothered me, because I kept going around this person. I would feel so guilty. Like every time I felt like I was going around this person, I did not want to be around this person, until I started thinking, like, are they doing what I think they're doing? And I remember that she was hanging around another girl, and this was so weird. But I knew that was God's way of telling me what she was on. Because the one girl said she had got mad at her husband because he wouldn't do stuff, and she was manipulating him there. And all this other stuff. And I was like, okay, why would you even want to be around somebody? I don't even want, and I kept saying, I don't even want to be around you. I told the girl, like, she would say, I would never do that to you. But I remembered the dream that she was one of the participants in that dream. And that dream felt so real. It was almost like live action. To be honest, I don't really think that was a dream. It felt like I was there in live in action. Okay? And when I told that dream, like I said to the other person, it was like that person seen a ghost. So that's what let me know it was on some other stuff. Oh, no. And I remember another thing. Every time I would step away from that person, I would have these nightmares where we would be battling and fighting. Every single time. It was only one time that I lost against that person. That was when I ended up drinking. And it wasn't a fight. It was just drinking. I got up and I had to repent. And I ended up going on a fast that day. That was a deep fast. It's like, I'm going to say maybe 3-4 days. God had me to do that. And I stayed away from them. But after that, that person kept calling me. They would show up. They would have other people show up. She would have family members show up to try to reconnect. Y'all need to talk. Like, for what? Like, I'm busy, which I was, and so, hold on, y'all, I don't want to miss. And so I would be like, this is kind of weird. Every single time I would try to break away from this person, ask God to separate me from this person, this will happen. There was another time that I was just like, no, and I kept sticking to my guns. And this person would use guilt trips, like, everybody want to leave me and everybody want to. And it kind of made me think of my ex, because my ex used to do that a lot. When he do something really bad, he would try to say he's going to take himself away and nobody, And if you start telling me you're going to take your breath away from you, it's a wrap. You can't, that's when the manipulation thing is over. But he knew, he tried to do that one time. And I said, okay. Because somebody who really own that, you're going to be able to tell the difference. Somebody who's trying to manipulate, okay, tell them go ahead. Well, don't tell them that, but you will be able to tell the difference. And he tried it one time and he never did it again, but he still would use a lot of guilt trip. a lot of guilt trips, and nobody, well, I guess, blah, 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 woo, woo, woo. I don't care, y'all. If y'all see that, stay away. I tried so hard and blah, blah, this. And I was like, okay, she did try kind of hard, I guess. But as I started going around her more, I started learning it was all manipulation. You know, she would act like she had it or she really didn't. And then get mad because you don't do the same thing as she wanted you to do. She would do a little bit and do it in front of people. And then try to make everybody look at you like you're a bad person. Like I was a bad person. When I just peeped her game. Like, you can't keep running the same game on everybody. Once the next person will find out, she would jump to the next person. Another thing that would get on my nerves with her is that everybody would be her friend. She would say that everybody would be her best friend. Not just her friend, her best friend. And so it was just like, oh, okay. She even began to start calling me a best friend. And I'm sitting here like, But you literally told somebody else that I was a B. You like all kind of stuff, and you're telling me the same person that you're calling, the next person that you're calling your best friend, you will call them all types of be like, what am I to expect? I don't expect nothing of no truth out of you, okay? And so, like I said, I was like, okay, distance, because I know something is up. You don't try to explain nothing to somebody who was out of they mind frame like that, because they're going to attack you by sending other people and putting other people in the mix. That was her MO. Once she would get tired of you, she would try to put other people in the mix. And because I was a person that I didn't care, the people that she was trying to send against me, I could be able to stand and move around them. It didn't make a difference. It did make a difference. And so, yeah, but I started noticing, I'm telling y'all, the stronger I got, the more they would get angry, the more the family would get in, especially the paternal family. Like, it was just crazy. And I was like, okay, let me just stay away from them. They would go and bring their older family members, the aunts and uncles, grandparents, all that. Baby, we old. We're not teenagers. We're not even in our 20s. So why do they need to come and talk and do all that? And so I just asked her one day, like, are you into that? Because she used to have like a lot of crystals, and not everybody who has that be on that type of time, but a lot of them do. And she would say no, but she was a person that would go with the flow too. So I was like, well, maybe she don't even have her own identity. But come to find out, she had her own identity. She had her own identity of stealing other people's stuff, of taking other people's ideas, personalities, anything that would look good, just collect it for themselves. She didn't really want to seek herself or anything, or find out who she was as a person. And so that would be the constant episode. And I really asked, like, all right, are you doing the craft? Are you doing work like all these other people that you were hanging with? No, I just know that's why I had to get away from them, blah, blah, blah. I serve God. Listen, I know a lot of people who profess themselves to be witches, who say they serve God. Okay? And some of them really believe. That. Okay? And some of them are out here harming. Not all of them, but a lot of them are harming other people. Okay? They are harming other people. Okay? And I was just like, I don't want to be around it. I don't want no portions. And so as I started praying, as I started, getting closer to my word, and I was like, God really helped me, because I'm telling y'all, I'll be away from this person for months. She would do something that would just be so rude, so out of this world, that I'd be like, why didn't I fight her? Like, I know God is changing me and I'm getting older because I haven't put hands on her. Like, you put my life in danger quite a bit, and I'm being dumb and just, oh, well, maybe they can explain it all. Maybe. No, that was intentional. Okay. And so when that mess started, coming about, I was just like, God, I don't know what it is, because I would have been separated from this person. Please give me the strength to move away. God, keep me far away. And man, I did that. And let me tell y'all, so the last time I met with this person, it was recently, y'all. God showed me literally this person having connections with witchcraft, y'all. Literally in my face, dead in my face. I said, thank you, God. I got scared, but then I was like, thank you, God. I removed myself from the doggone picture. And so I'm saying this to let y'all know, them people be lying. They're not going to come out and tell you, especially if they trying to do something demonic, they trying to get something out of you. Then they're just not going to come out and tell you. Some people will, even if you've seen it in a dream. Think about Kevin L.A. Union. And I thought about this too when he was talking about how God showed him in a dream. Like he was literally there seeing somebody with a whole paper and doing all this other stuff to them. And he when he said it, the person looked like a ghost. That's what made me reminded me of that whole vision of where I was at. I was like, it was exactly, and I think God allowed me to see that so I can be able to see it for myself. Because God will give you warning signs. God will show you who is around you. Just notice, okay? They ain't gonna tell you the truth. They gonna keep lying. Just notice if you away from that person, everything in your life go perfect. Everything in your life go as planned. But soon as that person come around, everything start falling apart. I remember that this person used to have she lived with a house and around people who had a filthy house. Y'all, my house was not filthy like that. This person started hanging around me. Guess what happened to my house? Filthy. When I say filth, it was every time. And then I would get that person out of my life. Within a couple of days, my house would be spotless. And it'd be there for a long. And it would happen every single time. Not just once. Every single time. And I'm not telling y'all to wait till every single time just to prove a point. If you start seeing that and God give you that feeling, it's better to be safe. And you feel that feeling, it's better to be safe than sorry. You can move them out the way and ask God to show you some stuff later. Don't be like me and wait until things get rough, because there are a lot of things that was holding me back. The other thing I noticed is that y'all, man, I'm probably gonna have to tell a story about this, but I remember I noticed that this person was putting tabs on me of where I worked at. So they would send other people around me. It wouldn't be them per se, but they'll send somebody else because they knew that I worked there. So they would send other people, okay, so that they can get information off of me, and so that's what made me start getting more secure with my faith and my walk with God, because these people are trifling. A lot of these people will stop at nothing. Instead of do all the work that they doing to try to take you down and then try to do crazy stuff to you or swap your life, because that's what she was really trying to do, y'all. I told y'all about this story about a person, and I've had this happen before a couple of times, that one time I had this person, she liked one color and I liked pink. All of a sudden, everything that I liked, she liked. Everything that I did, she did or she wanted to do. The only things that she didn't do is the things that required skill for her to do. And she had to put in the work, because she's not going to put in the work. But she assumed and just pretended as if she had the skills to do it. Okay? She would go and try to be friends with my friends. If it was guys that were at the job that liked me, she would go to those people. Okay? And this ain't the first time. This ain't my first rodeo of people doing that. But this was the one that was just so outlandish, because she was getting help. She was getting help from other people in her reach, and all that time she was acting like she was my friend, and all the while she did not like me. I ended up finding out she didn't like me because there was one time I was at her house. She had finally got a place or whatever. I helped her move in or whatever, and I had went to sleep, and I guess they wanted to use my car or something, but I overhear them talking all kind of mess about, not just like if you're friends and, little things. You know how girls are. They usually say little things and they don't really, sometimes they don't mean it, but other times they do. Okay. And they say little things like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about vicious things that will hurt you. You say to somebody that you just really don't like. Okay. You say it to people who you don't like. And so, I would see that. I would also see when she get in my car, she would throw her trash on my floor, and I would tell her, go pick it up. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, have you lost your mind? And then she'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, but she would still leave it. She would also try to break her jewels, her crystals, and leave them. And I thought it was just breaking on its own. But one day I ended up seeing her doing that. So it was just like, why are you doing this? What? Y'all, these people, and it was a lie after lie after lie after lie after lie, lie. So don't look for them to go tell you the truth. If you feel like something is off, move. If you feel like something is not working for you, move. You don't have to tell them. You don't owe them nothing. You don't owe them nothing, because people are like, well, you at least owe me this explanation. I stood for you. No, you don't. Nope. Nope. Now, if somebody was authentic and some things happen, yeah, you need to explain. But when it's dealing with something like this and self-preservation, no. Okay? Because they're trying to take you out. They're trying to take you out. Okay? It's so crazy how deep people will go. Oh, gosh. If I could tell y'all some of the relics, some of the things that the Holy Spirit showed me about how people how she was even doing some of the craft with me, how she was partnering with other spirits to do this stuff, to bring me closer to her. But because she knew that I was already not feeling what she was doing. I didn't respect some of the things that was going on. And she already knew that I didn't want to have anything to do with her. And if she would have did it intentionally, in my face, and she would have asked me like, oh, why? And then I would have, which she did ask me before, and I explained to her, and I was very blunt, but kind, but upfront. It wasn't no way to scoot around it, You couldn't say, oh, what is, they would have a little sob story, but still, she knew she had to use some other stuff to connect with me to get me to go. So y'all stay prayed up when you see that stuff. And once you start rejecting it and they start seeing it, just get ready. Don't get scared, but get ready, because they're going to try to battle you. They're going to try to put all word curses. They're going to be chanting your names. You're going to start hearing the little voices or whatever. But just stay prayed up and understand, no weapon formed against you will prosper. Every tongue that rises up against you in judgment will be condemned. And that is if you are a believer. Now, I don't know if you're not a believer in Christ. I don't know what to tell you, because I haven't used any other way. And I'm not going to use no other way. I'm just telling y'all about these people and what they will do. Okay? There are other ways to knock these people out who do this. But I choose to do it God's way, and I let God handle it. I let God handle it. We have power and authority through his name to do certain things. But overall, God is the great avenger. God changes the hearts and the minds of people. You're not there to be Captain Save-A-Lot or anything like that, because they're probably not going to listen to you anyway. And God will have to sit them down. If you jump in, you can end up messing yourself up, because a lot of these people do be having power because they connected to higher entities higher than you. If you're not connected to God, just understand, or connected to nothing, you are not worthless, but you already lost. Let me tell you that you're already lost. So just give it on up. If you're not connected to God, listen. If you're doing this by yourself, it ain't gonna work. That's why I always stick with God. People will be like, oh yeah, you so strong. Even people who look at my chart, or they try to do stuff, find more about me, they say, oh yeah, you just get up, you keep trying, and you fall down and you get back up. You doing it good, you can't do it on your own. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, you are absolutely correct. You know why you're absolutely correct? Because I ain't never did it by myself. Listen, you can't ever tell me no dumb stuff like that. I already know. I've had a talk with God. And even though I mess up and I backslide, I still have a relationship with my Father. If you see me get my ass back up, just know it was God. That's why a lot of people are shocked, because they keep doing all this stuff. They getting higher and higher with more entities, doing, connecting with more powers, trying to get other people to join forces with them to knock you down and to get whatever they're trying to get. And they see, even if they do knock you down, that you get back up. You doing better than they ever thought you was. Even if it's not where you supposed to be, eventually it's going that way. Or you end up doing even better. God gives them even one better. Why? Because you connected to him. But I'm not going to get too deep in that. I just want to tell y'all, if somebody is doing kind of wicked stuff to you, you feel like you're being drained, you're being pulled away, and you want to ask them and find out, trust your intuition. Move around. They are going to lie. They're going to lie to you. They're going to lie to you. Okay? And then once you ask them that and they know, then they're going to come out even harder to try to take you out or make you feel like you're crazy to take you out. Okay? And this doesn't happen just with friends. This doesn't happen with just boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, and wife. This happens with family, mother, daughter, sister, cousin, all this stuff. People, man, if I could tell y'all some of the family members, man, you'll be like, dang, I didn't even know it was that deep. And you be crying. There's been times I've been in the bathroom on my face crying. There's been times I've been in my living room just crying. Like, God, why? You see the betrayal in some of these people who be doing this stuff that you would never, ever guess. In my family, we know it's some people who are practicing. They tell you. But the ones that don't, that's the ones that you don't know. It's the ones that you be like, dang, man. Because they be on a whole different level, acting like they care, acting like they so with you, all kind of stuff. And I don't want to get people paranoid, because there are people who do care, who truly care. But I will say this, like I said before, if you are feeling, okay, let's see. Okay. Welcome to the chat. If you are feeling like this at all, understand you need to get away from that person, okay? All right? Because they lying. On that note, I'm going to get off of here. Hopefully something I said or done will help you on your journey. Please stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem, y'all. Bye.